printed agenda outlining the order of today's conference, and there are also the correct spellings of the names of the speakers today. We will begin with remarks from South Holland Mayor Don DeGraff. Following the mayor, Police Chief Sean Staples will provide an update and take questions from the media. Please be advised that this remains an active and ongoing investigation, and as such, the chief's comments may be limited. Finally, Angela Burtz, the mother of DeVell Holden, will deliver a brief statement. Ms. Burtz will not be taking questions from the press at this time. And now I'd like to invite Mayor DeGraff to begin.
Thank you, Julia. Welcome to South Holland, Illinois, ladies and gentlemen. This is a morning of mixed emotions. Thankful for the arrests that have been made, but also disenchanting to think about the events that took place on August the 2nd, 2025. Let me begin by expressing my deepest sympathy and love for the family of DeVell Holden, for his mother Angela and his grandmother Valerie, and for all the family and friends who are here gathered. DeVell, at only 16 years old, was an outstanding young man. He was an athlete, a basketball player at Thornwood High School, an honor student. He was an innocent victim, murder victim of mistaken identity, which really hurts. This horrendous crime occurred on the 2nd of August, as I said, and we in South Holland worked extremely hard with great detective and policing procedures, working with our partners, and we have not rested until we could identify and arrest those we believe were responsible for this senseless and criminal action. Our entire village of South Holland, our board administration wants to publicly express our gratitude to the members of the South Suburban Major Crimes Task Force, which includes partners from the Illinois State Police, our own South Holland detectives, as well as detectives from numerous South Suburban municipalities. In addition, the village is extremely grateful for the significant effort exerted by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office that culminated in these charges that are being filed. As has been reported, we heard most of the news reports again last night, there's been, following a very intense and very thorough investigation with literally thousands of man-hours invested, we're pleased to announce that 3 individuals have been taken into custody in connection with the August 2 murders of DeVell, which occurred on the 160th block of Drexel Avenue here in South Holland. The adult suspects have been identified as 21-year-old Devon Moore and 20-year-old Damon Smith. The third suspect is a 16-year-old juvenile, so at this point his name will not be released. All 3 reside in Phoenix, Illinois, and Javon Moore is the alleged shooter. He has been charged with first-degree murder by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. Damon Smith and the juvenile have been charged with felony murder. Again, I need to emphasize that my gratitude, that of the village board administration, goes to the outstanding detective and investigative work that has been completed by the individuals surrounding me here this morning. Many of them, all of them, are professional law enforcement people who took many, many, many hours to get this finished. And it was a situation where I was continually briefed on the situation, but it was amazing to hear the great work that they completed. At this point, I want to acknowledge our police chief, Sean Staples, who's here. Sean is somewhere right back here. He is also the president of the South Suburban Major Crimes Task Force. In addition, Deputy Chief Cliff LaRue is here, along with a number of our detectives and people from the South Holland Police Department. I just want to acknowledge the Illinois State Police Department, who works so closely with us here in the village, and Master Sergeant Jose Navarez from the Illinois State Police, and he's the commander of the South Suburban Task Force, as well as Assistant Commander Tom Mockler, who is the sergeant with the Illinois State Police. I want to acknowledge Special Agent Mike Cookins and Special Agent Jonathan Balasik, who also spent time working on this, as well as many individuals here behind me. It's been a great concerted effort, and we're extremely proud of the effort that they have taken to make sure these arrests were made. At this point, I'm going to turn this podium over to our chief. He will make a few statements, answer some questions, and we'll go from there. Chief?
Good morning. So I just want to begin by saying DeVille Holden was a great young man. He was an honor student. He was a member of his basketball team for our local high school. He was a great individual. He was a resident of our great community. So when this crime took place, it hit home for everyone, not just our residents, but for our police department and our police officers. Working a case like this requires thousands of man-hours. It's a very arduous investigation. That being said, we requested the assistance of the South Suburban Major Crimes Task Force. This particular task force is comprised of 47 police agencies. When we request their resources, they converge on our community with detectives. These detectives are trained in violent crime. This is what they do. That is their sole purpose. Requiring or requesting their resources to help out with this investigation is paramount, and they did an excellent job. I want to thank the members of the South Suburban Major Crimes Task Force, which is comprised of the Illinois State Police and the Cook County Sheriff's Police Department. Thousands of hours of man-hours were put forth with this investigation. I am more than beyond relieved to see a happy conclusion. To have 3 offenders who were successfully charged and held accountable for this heinous act of mistaken identity to take a young man's life. My heartfelt condolences to the family of DeVille Holden. Heartfelt condolences. We will work hard. We will continue. This is still an active investigation. It is still an open case. We are in communication with the state's attorney's office. We are doing everything possible to assure that we provide the greatest relief to this family. I want to say thank you to our residents of South Holland. We are a great community. I want to say thank you for never giving up and having faith that we will bring closure to this case. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the support of all the police departments that helped us out with this investigation. As we move forward, we will look forward to having further discussion with the state's attorney's office, and this will be a drawn-out investigation. It's going to take some time, but in the end, I'm just very thankful that we found closure. Are there any questions?
Chief, you said that this remains an open investigation. Were there other people you believe might be involved that you still have yet to find, and where does it stand right now?
Well, I'm saying open because there's still a lot more information coming in. Again, we are using the resources of the task force, and again, that's my discussion with the state's attorney's office. It is the kind of case that as more information comes in, we'll use that towards the case. But I can't necessarily speak on if there's any more people involved.
Can you reiterate the 3 who were taken in, their ages and their names?
Yeah, so Mr. Javon Moore, I believe, is 21 years old. Mr. Damon Smith, I believe, is 20. And there is a juvenile.
Will that juvenile be tried as a juvenile or brought into adult coordination?
That I cannot say.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are there any affiliations with these 3 that you know of that might have prompted them to target anyone in this neighborhood?
No, not that I'm aware of, no.
What details can you release at this point to give us an idea of how you ended up making these arrests?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to come up with a proper answer, but there's a lot of details that are involved that is part of the case that we can't really expound on. I can tell you that with the investigative skills with our detectives, they did a really good job. There was a lot of evidence that was brought in, a lot of research, a lot of going out and speaking with the community. Obviously, with any investigation, you're going out, you're looking for surveillance cameras, things of that nature.
Were they on your radar from the beginning, or was this developed later on, months after?
As information, I would say as information continuously came in. Yeah, it was the kind of case when it began, we sort of did not know exactly where to start, but as time went forth, more information came in.
What makes you confident that this is a case of mistaken identity?
The investigation, it's a lot of information has come in that allows us to believe that's what the case is. Obviously, these young men have to go before court. They have their time in court to go before a judge, but it's our belief that this is mistaken identity.
Can you talk about how those arrests were made? Did you go track them down? I mean, can you kind of get into that? How you
No,
ended up
yeah,
arresting them?
yeah, I can't speak on that right now.
Was there someone who tipped you off?
I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that right now.
Is
Sir.
there anyone in line to get the $10,000 reward?
That's a good question.
Just FYI, we had opportunities to meet with Father Flecker. I called Father Flecker about the situation. We did a joint reward. At this point in line, there's no evidence of any calls made that would warrant any reward. This is done primarily by our Southport Major Time Care Center detectives.
Were they brought in together or separately?
I don't want to speak on that right now. Yeah. Any other questions? All right. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Angela Burtz, who is the mother of our victim, DeVale Holden. Ms. Burtz.
Hello, everyone. My name is Angela Burks. I am the proud mother of DeVale Holden. I'm just up here to give my gratitude and thank the Suburban Task Force and the South Highland Police for the awesome job that they've done. But most importantly, I want to thank Detective Peary and Detective Haynes. They have been awesome during this time. Mayor DeGraff, thank you. The Thornwood High School, I want to thank them for their support as well. And lastly, I want to thank the community of South Highland. This is an excellent community. I still believe in our faith and future and family in this community. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our press conference. Thank you for being here today. If you have any further questions, you can contact me. You should have all my information. So thank you for being here, and have a good day.